I just put the links on YouTube. If you want to know the links I'm going to talk about, that's where they are. And I put them in the chat on Let's Go Help, because I answer questions on letsgohelp.com. So if you see me on YouTube or Instagram or even TikTok, I'm really broadcasting live to members of Let's Go Help. Now, Let's Go Help is a service we charge $20 a month for all you could eat. I mean, we'll answer 1,000 questions a day, and really personal. I mean, what's unique about Let's Go Help is that either myself or the researchers that work with me here and the members, we all help people personally that are members. In other words, we're here for have members helping members get the financial assistance they need to solve their problem, okay? Because this may not be an easy process. It can be easy, but don't count on easy, because that's when you give up. If you think it's easy, you give up and you think it's not real. And you can't do that. The only thing, I don't even know though, that I can't guarantee that you'll get money, but I only can guarantee that the websites we show you to contact are real. The websites we show you contact give out money for that, for your situation that you're talking about, and you have to follow up and see if you make a match. It's like a dating app. There's a lot of people on the app that want to help you, but whether they do or not, it's between you and them. So we can't guarantee it. But you'll see the testimonials, more and more people are getting the satisfaction. And the more important thing about it is every year the government gives out almost $4 trillion to people. And that's no matter who's the president. You know, it's almost a detail. We're set up to do this every year, and but it's not easy to find. That's the problem. Well, it is easy once you start learning the system. But the problem is that most people think they know the system, and it isn't that way you think it should be. The system's not how you think it should be, because what happens in the system, they didn't start from scratch and say, okay, we got $4 trillion to give to everybody this year. How's the best way to do that? No. There's millions of programs that are, put into effect by laws over the last, 50 years or more that are giving out this money. So they lay a program, a program, and a program. Some are doing the same thing, and it's crazy. Then that's only the federal government. Then where the real action is local. That's your state, your county, local nonprofit organizations. That's where it is. And then, see, okay, so that's what we have you personally. Like tonight, you'll have, at 7 o'clock on Let's Go Help 2, and on 11 o'clock tonight, we have members that are live video. It's a Zoom meeting. You could sign up and get your question answered personally by other members who have learned this system and are using it. So you learn how other people like you are using it, not like some idiot dressing like a clown like me. I've been doing this 50 years, and they're better to help you than I can ever be, believe me. And that's what's important, that you use the help, and the members love it because they're helping people. And that's why I will stay doing this until I die, because of the satisfaction I get from helping people. And I'm so grateful that we were able to do it for $20, and we not only able to do it for $20, at charging only $20, we give out our own grants. Every month, we give out $70,000 worth of grants. And we have a deadline. We have 4 different grants every month. So the deadline is tomorrow night at midnight is the deadline for our rent grant money. So we're giving out $40,000. That's like $40,000. Man, that still sounds like a shitload of money to me. I have no idea. But we made the profit, and I want it to go to people who really need it. After we pay us, and we're taken care of and pay our bills and rent or whatever, we give the profit back to you, okay? And that's the important thing. I see, I never started Instagram. Well, that's not right. I never started Instagram. Okay, those people on Instagram, you just got on there. I'm really talking about how we give out our $40,000 for rent. Is deadline is tomorrow. But you have to be a member of Let's Go Help. And if you're interested in a membership, that's letsgohelp.com. And with the membership, then you're able to ask us 100 questions a day on our platforms, and there's reports for every state. You download a state report, 500 mini grants for your report. We have, like tonight, we have workshops where and the video training workshop, you one-on-one answer questions from other members, have their own workshops on here to tell you we have workshops on how to get rid of your rent, workshops on how to start a business, all without any money. Every program, every website we give people will never charge you money unless we screw up. And at my age, I've been known to do that a little more than I like to admit. So we do screw up once in a while. But the mission is to only show you websites that give money, not take your money. That's what Google is. That's what I'm trying to wean everybody off of Google. Unless you have a lot of money, Google is worthless to you. Or if you know the exact name of that source that gives out the money, you know the exact name. You can't go in there and say, I need rent grants. No, you'll just get hit with 200 million websites, and all but 5 will want to take money from you. And that's what you got to do. I need a workman compensation director. If you need help with workers' comp, yes, then go to findhelp.org. See, this is what we do. We show you where to get free help with anything. Michelle, how are you, my dear? And you go there and put in workers' comp and get free legal help to fight that, okay? Do not pay an attorney. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 or give $200 or $2,000. They're going to take a lot of money from you. So you do the free one first. If that doesn't work, then you give them money. But don't. There's plenty of free help for there. If you got denied, then you do it again. That's right. Every government program, if you're denied, you appeal. You have the right to do it. Everybody could do it, and you appeal. And usually about a third of the people who appeal, actually up to a half, it depends on the program or whatever. We have a member who helps people appeal their rent grant denial. And she gets like a 50% approval after they've been refused. 50%. She's getting people hundreds of thousands of dollars like that. Just by writing an appeal letter. You don't know how? There's free help to do that too. And if you're not a member, you can get that go to findhelp.org, put in applications, and you'll see, like in my zip code, after you put in your zip code, my zip code is like 300 organizations that help you with government application. You do not, I repeat, you do not, I repeat, you do not need a grant writer, okay? No, and there's a way out chance you may need it, but first, before you ever think of that decision, look at the application first, because you won't need it. You'll see. And it's important that you do that because people go out looking for grant writers first before they even see the application. And like our application, you know what it is? Your name. And one sentence on what you would do with $1,000. That's it. One sentence. That's all. Put it in by midnight tomorrow, and then you're in. If you don't win it this time, and it takes about 2-3 weeks for process it, and then we declare the winners, and all those winners, that's public information. We share it with everybody. Then we have another one. The next grant we have is the 30th of the month, where we give out 30 free laptop computers. You really need to have a laptop to get these programs and be able to apply and understand what's going on better. It's too hard on the phone. How do I register, Matthew? For us, it's letsgohelp.com. Let's-go, L-E-S-K-O, help, H-E-L-P.com, okay? And that if you want to join. But you could follow us on, if you're not a member, YouTube is probably the best place because like now, all the websites I'm going to mention are all in the description in YouTube. So there's no secret. Oh no, you got to give me money to learn this. No, I got the secret. No, I'm not the Wizard of Oz guy behind the curtain. No, this is the government. It's open to everybody, and it's your government. It's not only my government. It's your government. We all own this, and that's why you should not be afraid to call the government. I was filling out a grant. Do they ask for? Don't worry about what they ask for. You worry about finding where to fill out the application. That's the problem. The rest is detail. So don't worry about details until you have an application. Because the real answer to that is maybe, maybe not. Depends. I mean, there's millions of different applications. They all have different requirements. So don't try to forecast what your application is going to look like. You don't know. I don't know. Everybody don't know. And anything you say about an application is right because some have that and many others don't. So, and then you're also wrong because there's so many others that don't. So you're right and wrong about any thought you have about what a government grant is, okay? And so that's why you don't waste your time worrying about what they're gonna ask for. You gotta use every inch of your time finding the right application. And that's what you have to worry about. Where are you going to find that right application? Okay, because it's not going to be bim bam, thank you ma'am, here's the website and fill out the form. No, it's not, because there are too many. It's different in every city, different in every county, different in every state. Yeah. So you got to find it where it is, and that's what we do, is point you, and then when it doesn't work, then you got to pick up your ass again and do it again, come back and ask us for some more help, whatever it is, and we keep doing all that for 20 bucks, okay? That's all you need. And you're in the game, and you're playing in the major leagues, and it's easy to do. And let me go through a couple of interesting websites I put together here in the list. There's in San Diego is giving $5,000 grants to 34 small websites. I mean, for small restaurants. So if you're in the restaurant business, there, you apply for this because they're looking for 34 restaurants to get $5,000 for. See, this is local. This is not national. So you can't go to the SBA and ask for a grant. They don't even have grants to give it to the public. They do have grants, but it's not for anybody in any kind of business. It's special grants that they have for people. If you want to help people start their business, they have grants for that. And before, during the pandemic, they had grants they were giving out. But now, normally, they don't, okay? But they do have something more important, and that's showing you locally where organizations are, like this organization I just told you about, that gives out $5,000 to 34 small businesses in their city, okay? How do you find that, okay? Now, here's another one in this list that I'll show you. It's $10,000 grant from nonprofit organization, and when people get this grant, they increase their sales by 80% increase in sales. They increase their profits by 60%. And usually they hire a new employee, 25% hire a new employee. So 80% increase in sales with this $10,000 grant. And many of these grants lead to $250,000, but that will be a loan. But to apply and get a $250,000 loan is incredible, okay? So you get the grant for 10 grand and you go up and then work on that and then get $262,000 loan. Wow. I mean, that's cool stuff, I think, but I'm biased, so you don't trust me. And that's important. Charity, how you doing? There are tons of live classes each. Right, exactly. Sabrina on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I'm going on at 7 o'clock. Yeah, Michelle. Okay. Now, so tune in tonight, guys. 7 o'clock for Michelle. And then who's on at 11? Is that, I forget. Charity is at 11? Okay. No. Oh, Tammy's at 11. Okay, so they're there, and they're there to answer questions. They've applied for grants, got money. They'll be able to tell you, and they can relate to you better than I can. Like I say, I've been doing this for 50 years, and it's a different ball game. But let me show the other list I have, and the list the members have it, and I put it in the YouTube people too. Free online homework help. So if you're a student, now what libraries have are free help with questions that a librarian will answer for you and do the research. Wow. So just say if it's online, they won't know you're a student or not. Just say you're a student. We're all students learning all the time. So check your local library and find out. Sometimes it's called like dial a librarian or a homework help or something like that. Every library has it. And I have a link to a library that's doing it. Here's another thing. This is in Chicago. They're giving grants to seniors so they could get somebody to shovel their sidewalks in the winter. Snow removal grants. Now, how many people would have thought there would be a snow removal grant? I did, because I ran into that once before and I forgot all about it. Wow, snow removal grants. That's what it is. This is in Chicago. See, every city and county is different. Every place you live. So what you have to do, the place to do, particularly if you're not a member, you want to go to letsgohelp.com. No, not Let's Go Help. That should be a member. You want to go to findhelp.org. Findhelp.org and put in seniors or snow removal. Start playing around in there. Because every city has at least 3,000 to 4,000 organizations like this that are giving out money to solve problems. You know, like tomorrow night, okay, so is your deadline for applying for our rent grant. And what will happen is in about 2 or 3 weeks, we'll give out the list, and you'll see it'll be $40,000 worth. And maybe you'll be on it, maybe you won't. Okay, now, what you have to do at that point is go and find other local nonprofits that give out money. And there's not just one office that does this, no. I mean, you'll see, like in where I live, there's 79 offices that give out money to help people with rent grants. 79 offices. Wow. I mean, that's amazing to me. 79 offices to help with rent grants. So you go to them and start calling each and every one of them until you get it. Some of them won't be for you. They'll be for people not like you. Some of them will be out of money. But you still want to talk to them. Why? Because they'll know of other people. Well, it's not guaranteed they'll know, but they're in the best position to know other organizations that give out money for rent, because they do that all the time. They run into the people all the time. You know, they go to meetings of other people that do this and whatever. So they have a knowledge in their head, like somebody who fixed toilets for 20 years. They've seen everything, right? And could fix your toilet just by looking at it. Because they have that kind of knowledge. They run into all the problems. Now, you're doing it first. You don't know. And so you call one person up and they say something, and they say you're not eligible, then you have to ask them, where else do you think I can apply? If they say, I have no idea, you go to the next person and do it. That's how you do research, okay? Now, this was interesting. In Florida, what they're doing is giving you a free lawyer, and it only costs $50. Now, this is Florida. I looked up how much lawyers cost, an average of $300 an hour. So they're doing it for $50. $50. Now, that's a deal. So that's why look for stuff like that. You need free lawyers, then again, if you're not a member, then findhelp.org and look for legal help, and it'll be in there. Free online homework I told you about, $10,000. Here, being a caregiver. In New York, they're giving money for you to be a caregiver. They have $500 million, more than $646 million, and they're giving out in grant money to pay for your tuition, your fees, supplies, memberships, and job placement. So a new career. That's what it's all about. And they want you to do that, okay? And the program, yeah, everything, because we need caregivers. Who's going to take care of us old farts, right? We need caregivers, child caregivers, old fart caregivers, people with disability caregivers. Well, the government is training you for free and getting you jobs, okay? How do you find something like that for you? The best place is to go to careeronestop.org, careeronestop.org. And you put in your zip code, and then you make an appointment with a counselor. These are counselors that help you for free to do this. And you make an appointment, go down them, tell them what kind of programs do you have that I could get a better career. And all this is for people without college degrees. Most of job training people are without college degrees, but if you have one and you want to do this stuff, yeah, because you're probably making better than you would other. A lot of people with college degrees are making lattes, you know. So if you want to do a little more than that, that's what's after. So all those I have listed there. You could see them in YouTube, or of course the members see it on the members. And remember tonight, excuse me, financial system tuition fees, right? That's right. Tammy has it. Tammy's on tonight at 11 o'clock. She's on the West Coast, so that's why it's there, the West Coast. And then at 7 o'clock, also alive. So don't forget. See Charity at 7 and Tammy at 11. And tomorrow, the hits keep on coming. I'll try to be on live like this, showing the results of my research, and then later on in the day, there are other people that will just help you until the cows come home. And even if you don't have cows, we'll do it till anybody comes home. I want to do this forever. I want to do this forever. So please let us try to help you, please. Thanks for putting up with me.